Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. Today we're starting off in the Dalish camp before going and hunting for our friend, whose name I always forget. Tammlen. Tammlen? And there's some nice codex on Fen Harald, the Dread Wolf, or Solas if you've played Dragon Age Inquisition. We'll go around and we'll pick up our codexes before we start talking to people. See what chests we can break into. This is why I like the lockpicking skill. We'll talk to Pyvel.
So you have returned to us, Tammlen. We are grateful you're whole and well.
We'll blame the humans.
Tammlen, eh?
Humans ruin everything anyway, we'll blame the
you into
humans.
that cave, twisted your arms to prevent you from coming to tell the keeper of it first. Once you saw what was inside, you should have returned. But you kept exploring, didn't you? I suppose your youth can be forgiven. Sadly, Tammlen pays the price.
Wouldn't be a very good game if we didn't finish exploring it when we went in.
You belong to more than just yourself, or do you not remember? Let us tell these children of the fall of the Dales.
Oh, here we
You can
go.
honor me
We'll learn the
by
story.
sharing in the telling.
Story time.
Come then, help me as I go along.
We'll do this.
Children, hear of the fall of the Dales. Hear the tale of what makes you Dalish. Would you care to begin, Tammlen?
Let's see. Well, children starts with the mummy and daddy elf. We'll do it properly.
Slaves to a terrible empire, the humans built on the darkest magic. When it fell, we became free. We built a home.
Obviously that empire was the old Tevinter Imperium.
Worshipping the creators and rebuilding the culture and history we lost in our long years of slavery.
The humans wouldn't let us be.
Because we would not worship their gods. And because we put our people first. Over the years, their nations grew
Sorry,
cold
bit of a cough there. It's
to the
chilly
Dales.
weather at the moment.
In their eyes, we were blasphemers and cruel tyrants.
And then war.
And so the Dales fell. They took our lands and dispersed our people, forcing us to live in their cities and abandon our gods. But many of us refused to relinquish our ways. We instead
I always wondered if the elves truly wanted to win that
lands.
fight, could they? Surely an elven archer is better than a human archer. We've all seen Lord of the Rings. But we wanted the lands.
Survive and preserve our culture. The clans stay apart until the day the Elvenon have a homeland once more. We are the Dalish, keepers of the lost lore, walkers of the lonely path.
We are the last Elvenon.
Thank you for your forbearance, Tammlen.
And humans can get fucked.
You remember both the tale and the oath of the Dales perfectly. I will let you get back
I mean, that
to your
sums up
tasks.
the elves in this game pretty well, to be fair.
You find Tammlen quickly.
Did we ever live in caves?
Never heard of such a thing. But in the days of ancient Arlathan, we lived free and spread far across the continent. We were as varied as the Shemlen, though fewer in number. Perhaps some of us lived in caves then,
so we didn't have
but all knowledge
Neanderthal.
from that era is lost.
Didn't have Neanderthal elves then. Yeah, we'll go.
Of course. May the gods guide your path, Tammlen.
Let's look at his wrinkly face no more. Right, so what we got? Oh, there's another chest there. Did I break into that one? Not yet. We'll take a nice arrow. Could come in handy. And the eldest of the sun. Elganar, the god of vengeance. Gillinan, mother of the Hala. We will look at all these codexes shortly. I'm just going to collect them all first, and then we'll have a look at the good old dusty scroll. Let's talk to Ilen.
I'm glad
He is
you
our
recovered.
shopkeep here.
Once we find Tammlen, we can concentrate on the journey northward.
Thank you for the bow, Master Island. It is light and sturdy.
I mean, that is a
Much
fancy
better than the
looking
one I
bow.
made last year.
You are more than welcome. My father made it and used it in battle against the Claim tribes.
I will carry it with honor.
Oh, can we get a bow from you as well, Ilan?
Perhaps?
Look at Master Ilan's bow.
It may not have a history, but you'll provide one for us.
See, yes, that's nicely and you shall receive. So,
Of course.
let's see what he's got
Take
for sale
whatever
then.
you need.
What we got? So, I mentioned glitches in the last episode and little tricks, because as you can see, we can't afford any of this equipment, or even the potions, or the ingredients for making potions and traps. So, what we're going to do is we're going to sell that. You can have them. He can have them. I tend to keep hold of these because I do have a mod for a camp storage chest that we can use. And now obviously we are up to 2 gold and 28. But Ilan's longbow, we'll get rid of that. Now as you can see here, the Reaper's Cudgel is worth 1018 gold. Now you can sell by right clicking and going over to sell, or left click to drag and drop. If you press both at the same time and get it right, you can move it and then left, and you'd sell it twice. And it allows you to buy it back and resell repeatedly to make honestly as much money as you want. I mean, at this point here, we've already got more than enough money you could ever possibly need. And you know, I never play the games fair. Where's the fun if I'm not exploiting something that was purposefully left in? If they didn't want us to do it, then they would have removed it. But it is an old game, so we can't hold the testers too much for it. Buy the arrows. The arrows always come in handy. I do like the arrows. And armor wise, I don't think there's much, to be honest. Say the extra physical resist outweighs the armor. Could go scale. So as you can see, I have got the mod that is strength to dexterity. But if you want to run swords, obviously that is still a strength restriction. But I mean, the ones that are worth, let's say, that is worth just for the extra backstab, to be honest. And the armor could be worth as well. Dex, willpower. I'll be losing 2 armor, so the armor I could buy is at 4.98 armor, but with the extra 2 armor bonus on the father's armor, it is essentially at a 5.99 armor. But we'll buy the health pots, the injury kits, just in case anybody dies. Take them. Acid flask's always fun. Deathroot extract, some venom. We'll take the toxin extract as well as some flasks, just because I can make poisons myself. And now we will go and we'll equip that, and we're just going to destroy them. We're going to take the acid flask, pop it down there, as well as the deathroot and the venom. Now this is obviously your crafting. Obviously as you get higher levels of, in this case, poison making, we can make more. There's also traps, herbalism and rune crafting. Obviously the rune crafting, if you're playing without mods, isn't available until you get to the DLC Awakening. But with Awakening in Origin, you can get access to the rune crafting right here. Now obviously everything requires different ingredients, so we're just we'll make 10 more venoms, giving us a total of 11 venoms and no money. And then we've got the god of the craft here, June, a nice easy name to say for once, and Paul
Hello there.
with Juna.
It's good you're well. You weren't here when Paul arrived, were you?
I've heard of you.
And
Everyone
Paul
was
looks slightly
talking
different,
about you
no
and the other missing
tattoos,
hunter.
standard clothes.
Warden brought you back here.
You're not Dalish.
Not obvious, is it? I just found your camp a couple of days ago. A lucky thing. I heard rumors in a nearby human village that a Dalish camp was close. and I hope to find your hunters in the forest.
You were fortunate I didn't shoot you, Paul. I thought you were a shem, an bandit at that.
Well, it goes to show we don't hide our camps very well then, do we? We just wandered out of the city and found us after asking a few questions.
No less harsh.
In the alienage, we hear terrible stories about the Dalish. They aren't true,
No,
right?
all of them true, 100%. We sacrifice young elves to the
That's
gods.
funny. It is funny, right? You don't actually do that.
We'll leave them in suspense, wondering in case we ever do. Now, if I remember rightly, this Dalish clan does come back, and there's a scroll here, but we can't interact with it, and I don't understand why. We can't interact with that scroll yet. Now, like I say, I was saying that I'm pretty sure this is the Elven clan that appears in Dragon Age 2 with Merrill. But we shall talk to Ashley. Pretty sure I didn't come in from that direction, but you know.
I was so worried.
Good to see you.
Were ill. The keeper didn't know if you were going to live or die. I've been outside the keeper's tent the whole time. I have never been so relieved as when I
Well,
heard you were
who's to say
born.
I haven't died and this is all just a dream?
Everyone says Tammlen may be dead.
Just like the thieves on Final Fantasy VIII was Squall.
That's awful. He's been a good friend to you since you were fledglings. You must be more careful. Your mother and father, may they rest in peace, would be horrified to see you take such risks.
We've never spoken of
What
my
happened
parents
then's a
much.
sad tale, and it's in the past. Reopening old wounds benefits no one.
And this is why I like coercion. Early on the Dalish camp
It's
run.
enough to hear this, though it
Let's find out
seems
about
like
our
the right
parents.
time.
Is there ever a good time
Very well.
to find out about your dead,
If I
how your
cannot tell
parents
you now,
died?
you'll only wonder. Your mother was a hunter, one of the finest, and your father was the keeper before Marathari. He was with us for a very long time. Your mother was from another clan, and her elders did not approve of the match. She and your father had to meet in secret. One day, bandits caught them alone.
Once I had a secret love.
But your mother escaped.
My father was killed by banditos.
Yes, but also city elves too. Those of our kind living with humans do not hold to the old ways. Your mother held to life long enough to give birth to you. But grief racked her heart. One night she simply walked into the moonlight and never returned.
So we abandoned. She abandoned me.
Just couldn't carry on without your father. The clan decided not
Like
to
doves.
discuss
Is
this
it doves?
with you.
Where if one dies, the other
Poison your heart.
the other dies of
with
heartache.
sadness.
You should have told me,
Our people
really.
have learned to live with much sorrow. It seemed only right that we not dwell on it. Your mother did leave you a gift. Something of your father's for you to have once you were older. Perhaps the time has come.
Perhaps it has.
I was waiting for the right time, until you were grown. But you are grown now, aren't you?
It looks like I've
Take
been growing
this
for a lot of
key.
years, to be honest
This
with
is
you.
the chests behind the storage Aravel by the Halapen. One of them was your mother's. Its contents are yours if you wish.
So, as a camp that moves, as a nomadic tribe camp that moves constantly, we've just been dragging around this big ass chest instead of just giving us the key to sort it out earlier. Seems a bit silly, to be honest. Oh, missed that scroll earlier.
Well, all right.
Alathan Part 1, and we get the heirloom necklace and Fang. Now Fang will replace my Ash Warrior axe. I mean, the damage is lower, armor penetration is higher, which is good for backstabs and rogues, but the melee crit chance, the attack, the extra damage against beast, the willpower and nature damage. Now obviously you do get, there is different damage types in this game. You can have, there's a nature damage, lightning, fire, ice. I think that's all. And obviously what they do is they do give you extra damage procs. How are the halal
They fought
faring?
well. The keeper called for the clan to move on, and they will be ready to take us. One is heavy with calf, but it shouldn't be a problem. May I ask of Tammlen's fate? Some say the clan will leave before we find him.
Tammlen's fate? Oh, we'll not let that happen. We'll make sure we find Tammlen well before the clan leaves.
No sound is more heart-wrenching than their mourning cry. At least they won't be crying over you. They are quite fond of you.
The Hala certainly are
Care
beautiful
for their
creatures.
Strength and pride. They are equals, not servants like the Tammlen horses.
Although I can't help but notice looking at them horns that that's the same material that Ilyn used to make a bow for that other elf. Seems a bit insensitive, to be honest. But they are just beautifully magnificent creatures. And down here we've got a Merrill and a note. I'll grab that note. And the Aravels. And we have another scroll over here. On the deals. And I do believe that is it for the scrolls. So we'll quickly find the codexes, which is in our journal. As you can see, we've got everything in here, premium content, Soldier's Pass, but that's a long way off yet. We've got the codex here, so we've got creatures, got the Hala, giant spider and wolf. The more creatures you kill, the more codexes you'll get for that. Quest related codexes, as it says on the tin. Your controls, you get more of them as and when you use certain abilities, certain techniques, combos, which obviously goes into spell combinations as well. Your notes, which is obviously just the feast days at the moment. Books and songs, which you can find. Codex on characters when you talk to them, if they're an important character. Certain items in the game, one-of items, which obviously fills up that. And then you've got your magic and religion, which is where the elven gods have gone. And then obviously your culture and your history with the Aravels, the Dales, the Basilian Forest, which is where we're at now, City Elves, history of Ferelden, and then I wonder if I missed a part of the history of Ferelden. I mean, I'm not going for a full codex, but we'll talk to Merrill now and get ready to go see if we can find Tammlen.
I may see something you missed, but our main objective is to find Tammlen, of course. We must make haste. He may not have much time.
Right, let's just head out there. Let's
go.
go. I could talk to Merrill, but we want to find Tammlen, so let's hurry and find Tammlen. Now obviously one of the things I have got installed does make it so all new party members come completely blank of specializations, stats and abilities, which then allows me to run them the way I would like to run them. So we'll get combat tactics from Merrill. I don't really need anything else. And as for spells, obviously you've got your different trees. Weapon training, which is from a mod. Obviously the dagger one, your damage is increased by 4. Crossbow, exactly the same. So you've got your standard mage tree, arcane bolt, with the arcane path, nigh on useless. And obviously you've got the fade shield, elemental mastery attunement. We'll get more into them obviously when we get a dedicated maze that we are going to keep. Your primal, fire, earth, ice and lightning. Creation, you've got your healing, your buffs, your glyphs, which for obviously stunning enemies, and then obviously, you know, your spell wisp, which gives a minor bonus to spell damage. Your grace, which can be comboed with fire for a lot more damage. Spell bloom, which is basically just another a bonus. And stinging swarm, which I don't really think I ever use. I tend to use, I like mind blast, weakness, drain life, and then tactics wise we will make her is it debilitator? Yes, debilitator, so she can get the stuns off, she can get the weakness hexes off, and if she's running low on life she can then drain life. But we will put her on a ranged, as a mage we do want her to try and stay out of trouble and out of harm's way. We'll look at her equipment. All she's got is her robes. Oh, we could rob her of her equipment, but honestly I think we'll leave her. We don't really require any of that. And over there is our first look at the Darkspawn. We have 2 Genlocks, which is the smaller Darkspawns in the game. Only get a couple of attacks in there. We'll get a venom on. You can tell the venom's on, or any damage increases is on, because your weapons will glow green. And obviously, as you can see, the green numbers going up, so it shows you your regular damage, and anything in green is bonus damage based on, obviously with green, the poison I have on. It would make sense if it were darkspawn, but obviously, depending on what buff you are running on your weapons, does depend on the extra numbers, which it can get quite in there, quite nutty as you get later into the game.
And why would he? Well, we'll find out soon enough. Let's hope we don't find any more of these monsters.
Some weapons you find or you can buy do automatically come enchanted with lightning damage, fire damage, nature damage, much like the fang that we've picked up. There's nothing I won't recover from.
You're quite pale. You look a bit feverish, in fact.
I mean, I chose it to look pale because it makes the yellow cat eyes just pop. What are you implying?
Forget I said anything. Let's go.
As you desire, and so I shall.
So, Darkspawn do have a chance of having either potions, be it health potions, lyrium potions, stamina potions, or poison. They do tend to carry quite a lot of poison vials on them. Maybe it's
You're probably right. Didn't
from
you
the
say he
grey
was headed
one.
back to the cave? If so, he's not here now. We've seen no sign of Tammlen. Maybe we should... Wait. Do you hear that?
No. I hear nothing.
Exactly. The forest is too still. Something's in the air. Something unnatural.
More walking corpses?
The cave? That would not be good. The sooner we find this cave and Tammlen, the sooner we can leave. Take us there quickly.
I'm sensing more darkspawn.
So, oh, 3 more genlocks coming our way. So, dirty fighting. Eventually, there we go. After the first couple of swings from dirty fighting or an enemy being stunned, your character will eventually realise that they're stunned and you don't have to go around the back of them for the backstab anymore. And what you just saw there when I was running over here was, in fact, me blocking a arrow with my daggers. Which is, it's always nice when it happens, but when you're playing without a dedicated tank, thankfully it is still technically the tutorial area for you to get used to the basics. And we have another level up here. So 18 dexterity will do us for now. I think I'm going to put these 3 points in cunning for more backstab damage, and this happens all the time. One of the mods I've got installed shows us coup de grace having had it, but I don't. I don't actually have that perk yet. That's not me cheating or glitching it for that. That just, it happens. But we'll ignore that. What do we want? Dual striking could be nice for repose. But I do want to work my way towards momentum. That is, in my opinion, the best. The best ability you can get for a rogue, especially if you're going to focus on a non-skill based rogue and just go for the backstabs while your tank is taunting or while you've got the enemy stunned. Then momentum does speed up how quickly you stab them in the back, allowing you to get more hits in, and the more hits you get in, the more damage you deal. I mean, everyone knows that. That's pretty straightforward and simple, to be honest. And now we're back in the scary cave. And what we got down here, I do apologise, I do have a habit of just spamming tab. I do have restless hands.
Artifacts are scattered amongst them. Nothing explains the monsters, though. But we must find Tammlen, or what's left of him. I can't imagine he's still alive with those creatures about.
Or maybe they took him hostage.
Maybe. Let's just hope he's here, somewhere.
Oh,
Well, all right.
this place is now full of new enemies to fight and new traps. As you can see, the pressure plate off to the right. I mean, holding tab does spoil traps for you if you are playing it for the first time, but if you've played it multiple times, then You generally know the traps are there. Now I was going to play this game with Slink's Ravage installed to make the combat a bit more challenging, but I had a massive issue where, yes, it did add new enemies for combat. We'll get a double swipe in here. But at the same time it also made the regular enemies that would spawn a one-hit kill, which means these Genlocks we would have one-shotted, but on the test at one point there was a dragonling, a bit tongue twisted there, in here, and that was a real challenge. We couldn't really do much to stop that. It took quite some thinking to get past it, if I'm completely honest. It took more brain cells than I actually have. And there was the lovely Genlocks up. I've been dirty fighting this time by the Genlock Rogue. Now obviously it doesn't say when you look at the enemy titles here, it just says Genlock, 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 but the enemy types, especially the Darkspawn, are split in. They do have the class system that your characters also have. So you could come across one, it could be a warrior, you've got your mages, you've got pressure plates that I like to deactivate. And then obviously you have your rogues as well. There is dedicated Darkspawn and just enemies you will fight that are just straight up meant to be that class without having the class. But we'll notice more of that later. Any traps you find I would disarm, unless you Merrill, in which case you're just going to walk straight into them, as they are just free XP. Oh, and there's the first one I mentioned there. There is the mage, the Genlock emissary. So we want rid of that one first. Nothing is as dangerous as a mage. The only thing is the mage does take quite a beating, so we will use a venom. And then we will heal before we go kill the archer. Archers, whereas they can be dangerous. Mages with their magic, their ability to stun, their drain life, weakness. Now obviously there is easier ways to deal with them later on. Living potion and a garnet, we'll take that. More living potions and health potions. And an acid flask. Well, this game's going to prove me to be a liar. I did say that you get quite a lot of potions and poisons off the enemies, and so far we've got one poison.
See there? That's a trap.
They won't open that door because they relock it for an extra free 20 XP. And Merrill is going to stand in all the traps again, and we'll disarm them. And again, that was just a free 60 XP there for disarming the traps. Then back in here to see if we can find Tammlen, but we cannot. But Duncan, our Grey Warden, he has indeed been a busy bee. Let's see what he has to say then.
So you were the one fighting Darkspawn.
Now I do have Grey Wardens of Ferelden installed, and this is my preferred variant of the Grey Warden armor. I do love the dark armor. Yeah. Why didn't you come help me if you heard us fighting?
Had I not been battling them myself. Not all the kills here were yours, as you can see. My name is Duncan, and it's a pleasure to finally meet you. The last time we spoke, you were barely conscious.
Andaran Atishan, Duncan of the Grey Wardens. I am Meryl, the Keeper's apprentice.
Your keeper did not send you after me, did she? I told her I would be in no danger.
Oh, of course you're in no danger. We're looking for Tammlen. We're not bothered about you, Duncan.
Tammlen both entered this cave, and you saw this mirror.
No, we didn't see the mirror. Completely walked past the mirror.
That's unfortunate.
When you touched it, what happened?
The Grey Wardens have seen artifacts like this mirror before. It is Tevinter in origin, used for communication. Over time, some of them simply break. They become filled with the same taint as the Darkspawn. Tammlen's touch must have released it. It's
So we
what
touched a
made you
tainted
sick.
mirror.
And Tammlen too, I
A
presume.
Darkspawn mirror. From the Tevinter Imperium, which, as we found out back in the Dalish camp, was the group of humans that used to have the elves as slaves. So obviously, this cave here was built by elven slaves for the Tevinter Imperium, is what I'm guessing. Which is why the elven artifacts and statues are in there. So, can we fix the mirror?
Unfortunately, no. It will taint all those who come near it now.
I do not fear this sickness. The Keeper knows how to cure it.
She may have weakened it, but she cannot cure it.
Oh, that's it, game's over.
Recovery
Can it
is
be
only
cured? We're gonna
temporary.
die.
I can sense the sickness in you, and it is spreading. Look inside yourself, and you will see.
Oh yeah, just let us turn my eyeballs around. No problem, Duncan. I can do that. I don't know if I believe you.
Confirm it with your keeper later if you like. For now, we must deal with the mirror. It is a danger.
And what you gonna do to the mirror? That seems slightly excessive for a mirror. And that we just heard there was the Darkspawn.
It is done. Now let's leave this cursed place. I must speak with the keeper immediately regarding your cure.
No, I want to look for Tammlen. What about
There
Tammlen?
is nothing we can do.
Hey, if I'm alive, he could be.
There is nothing you can do for him. He's been tainted for 3 days now, unaided. Through your keeper's healing arts and your own willpower, you did not die.
It's not my willpower. My willpower is really low. I haven't increased my
Trust
willpower.
me when I say that he is gone. Now we should return.
Stamina for a rogue isn't really vital. Well, I'm not ready to give up the search
If you
yet.
prefer, I can wait outside while you look around, but I assure you, he will not be here.
Yeah,
I
you go wait
suggest,
outside.
however, leaving sooner rather than later. You are sick, whether you feel it or not, and it does you no good to linger.
Wait outside.
As you wish.
I'll be out when I'm ready.
I will see you back at camp.
Get lost, Duncan. I'm not ready to give up on Tammlen quite yet. Plus, there's all these corpses to loot.
Well, all right.
Because Duncan has been a busy boy. Oh yeah, I looked at that last time. You'll have to forgive me, my memory is not what it used to be. Now, there is a chest up here. Obviously, we're not going to find Tammlen. Tammlen is completely gone. He never resurfaces. As you can see, we've got another chest and a strange statue down here. See if we can see what the strange statue says. How's when we click it? A strange statue commemorating the emergence of and short-lived trading between elves and dwarves. Unfortunately, that text just scrolls way too fast to be able to read it efficiently. And these skeletons, I keep pressing space. I don't know why. Bit of potion. Oh, quick look at that one there for the lyrium potion. Hope it's going to be something more useful. And Meryl might die. But Meryl does have drain life, so she shouldn't. Just unfortunately, my hit chance is apparently abysmal, as that skeleton just break dances all over me there. Even Michael Jackson didn't leave that far back. Right, and one more skeleton archers, so we've got a cheeky little dirty fighting. Go around the back and just stabby. But for decent damage, to be honest. And there's absolutely nothing down here. I don't think if we touch the strange statue again, we can actually see what the text finishes saying. Oh, there we go. A short-lived trading relationship with dwarves who dug too high and too frugal and struck the elves. So the dwarves are obviously expanding the deep roads, which could possibly be where the Darkspawn came from up here, unless they travelled through the mirror. Because those mirrors were used for travel as well as communication. And the dwarves and the elves, they had, you know, biscuits and crumpets. There's a pot of tea, pot of coffee. Done a wee bit of trading. But we'll go back outside and find Duncan. If I remember rightly, I believe it just takes us straight back to the camp now. And obviously, like this, you can just right click wherever you see the home icon and it will just travel you there. You don't have to wassad your way around. You can use your right click do apologise about that. Just needed a little drink of my coffee there.
I'm relieved you have returned.
And there we are back at
And I
camp.
did not expect to see you again so soon, Duncan.
I was not expecting to return so soon either, Keeper.
Dare I ask of Tammlen? What did you find of him?
What did we find? Absolutely nothing. The Darkspawn would have killed him.
There were darkspawn in the cave.
There is much
Hundreds.
to discuss, Keeper.
Thousands,
I
Keeper.
have learned a great deal since I was last here.
Let us speak privately within my Aravel then, Duncan. Merrill, warn the hunters. If darkspawn are about, I want the clan prepared.
Manuvinen, Keeper, right away.
Tammlen,
Goodbye, Merrill.
allow me some time to speak with Duncan. Seek us out at my Aravel later, and we can discuss your cure.
My cure?
Tell Harin Paival what has occurred. He now has the sad task of preparing a service for the dead. Follow me, Duncan. I'm eager to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, Duncan, follow me into my private tent. Alright, and obviously we can, hold on, I'm just going to check over here. Just make sure that note hasn't, no, that note still hasn't decided it wants to be raidable. You think it would be, but it's not. I don't even think we picked anything up there to worth. Don't even need to talk to, no, nothing to sell to the shopkeep, so we'll just go straight to the old geezer, straight to Paivel, and we'll get this funeral started.
So you return with the Grey Warden, but without Tammlen. What happened, Tammlen? Is he truly lost to us?
Oh yeah, he's dead. Yeah, we'll see. He's dead.
Another of our children has perished. To think I'd live to see this.
I mean, you are
Seems
old
the
as
will of
bald
the
dudes.
creators that I sing the dirge for those I held in my arms
And
as
let's be
babes.
real, you have a face
I
like
know
a
why our
fucking
immortal
wrinkly
ancestors
scrot.
would sleep. Swiftly do stars burn a path across the sky, hastening to place one last kiss upon your eye. Tenderly land enfolds you in slumber, softening the rolling thunder. Dagger now sheathed, bow no longer tense. During this, your last hour, only silence.
Okay, so a nice little poem there. Yeah, the keeper wants you to prepare a service.
We've no body to return to the soil, but we shall still sing for Tammlen. The creators must come to guide him to the beyond. Tell the keeper, it shall be done.
To the beyond.
The clan is ready to move on.
He's in the below with the Darkspawn.
I ask
Cheers.
only one thing, if I may. This Grey Warden. You have met him now, yes? Is he a good man?
I mean, I haven't really spoke to him, so I truly cannot tell, to be honest. But
Interesting. Talks to the keeper about
how am I supposed to know what he's like?
Perhaps you should go.
I
and
spoke to us
ask.
once and pretty much called us a fool for wanting to look for my best friend.
Of course. May the gods guide your path.
Right, let's go. Let's go talk to the keeper and Duncan. Find out about this cure of ours. See what's going to happen.
Your keeper and I have spoken, and we've come to an arrangement that concerns you.
I won't be
My
sold
order
into
is in
slavery.
need of help. You are in need of a cure. When I leave,
That
I
sounds
hope
like
you will
forced
join
slavery.
me. You would make an excellent Grey
I'm
Warden.
100% honest, that sounds like forced slavery, to be honest with you. I mean, I'd be honoured to be a Grey Warden. Who doesn't want to be a Grey Warden? Saving for Eldon.
Is remarkable, but eventually the taint will sicken and kill you, or worse.
Save for
Grey
Eldon.
Wardens can prevent it, but it means joining us.
I don't think it's ever specifically said that the blight happens anywhere but for Eldon, to be honest with you. I don't think it happens in Orlais and Tevinter. I'll join you, why not?
I welcome you to the Order. It is rare to have a Dalish amongst us, but they have always served with distinction.
I know you'll do your clan proud, Tammlen. Take this ring. It is your heritage, and will protect you against the darkness to come.
A valuable gift. So, are you ready to go?
You ready to go? I'd like to watch
We
me
have much
Bezzy's
ground
funeral
to
first,
cover.
mate.
I cannot
That's
deny you
all
that.
the same to you, like.
Say your farewells. Then we must be off.
Man, wind your neck in before I cut your ponytail off.
Before the creators guide you
I'm
from
joking.
us,
I love
let
Duncan,
your
really, I
clan
do.
embrace you
Duncan
at
is
last.
he's beautiful. He's great. Don't even take me taggers off for the funeral. I'll comfort Meryl. And off we go. Funeral's over, we leave. There's like one else trying to do what seems to be stuck on the bottom shelf. Bottom shelf? Bottom step. Can't even speak today.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest.
We're fighting in a forest, I should be
King's
right at home.
forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the horde will show itself.
Here we are
There
now
only a few
at
Grey Wardens within
Ostagar.
Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Cailan.
Oh, and there he is, King
I didn't
Cailan.
expect
A royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help
Not hard to spot a king in his shiny golden
Then I'll have
armour.
the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
I should probably
There's no need to be
answer
so
that.
formal,
This
Duncan.
is he.
We'll be
If you're
shedding
playing a
blood
female
together
character, they
after all.
generally will say this is she.
Ho there, friend. Might I
But
know
just for
your
some
name?
of the choices I like to make in the game, I am using something that switches my gender in the eyes of others. So everyone sees me as a male, even though I am technically playing a female. But that won't become relevant till much later in the game. We'll be nice to the king.
Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. You are Dalish, are you not? I hear your people possess remarkable skill and honor.
Remarkable skill. I can shoot the balls off a bee at 300 miles. Yeah, I thought you considered us dangerous.
Your people can be a bit standoffish. Not that I blame them, of course. I tell you this, you are very welcome here. The Grey Wardens
I
will
do love
benefit greatly
Cailan's armour.
with you amongst them.
With the dragon
I'm sorry to
face
cut
on the
this short,
breastplate
but
there,
I
it
should
is
return to my tent.
just beautiful.
Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Even if gold armour does seem the complete opposite of what you would want in battle, this is when he has something installed that gives the warden armour gold trim.
Even just once in on
But
the
still,
field. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
oh, sounds like it's almost over.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
That's the first time an archdemon has been mentioned.
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
Yeah, sayonara, killer. Little cross-arm ball there. Just what everyone always wanted.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
He does seem very confident there, though.
Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us.
I mean,
know there is an archdemon
I'm no
behind this.
tactician, but surely if you've won
Cannot
3
rest
battles
routine
against them,
depends solely on my
you'd
feelings.
charge them down before they get a chance to regroup and build up their numbers, surely. Just drive them back. So he can fail slowly on his failings of the archdemon. Let's see. What would you have them do then?
For reinforcements. We sent a call out west to the Grey Wardens of Orlais, but it will be many days before they can join us. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to turn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
The joining ritual? What ritual? I wasn't told anything about a ritual.
A secret ritual we call the joining, in order to become a Grey Warden. The joining is what will cure you of the suffering your tainted blood surely brings you. If it had been possible, I would have done it before now.
So, what do you need to do then,
Feel free
Duncan?
to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out. Tell
might
him
have to
it's
seek
time
out
to
Alistair.
summon the other recruits.
I do like
Until
Alistair.
then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
And honestly, there's a lot to do. Well, not a lot to do, but there's enough to do at the camp here that will keep us going. We'll have a look at that keeper's ring we just got. That's our memento ring. 2 dex, 2 will, 2 mag, and 5 men resist. I have absolutely no use for that at all, because I don't use most of them stats, so I'm quite alright. Let's walk across this beautiful bridge. I mean, surely we're not going to have to run across this bridge at any point in a time of peril. And even down there you can see the barricades I've got in place for when the Darkspawn attack. Got some lovely ruins over there, right in front of the lovely mountains. I mean, for an old game, this game, it does look good. But that could just be rose-tinted glasses speaking, to be honest. I mean, I have slightly upscaled it with a few mods.
Hasn't seen such bustle in centuries, I'll wager. Need a hand getting anywhere?
I'm looking for a Grey Warden named Alistair.
I think he was sent with a message to the majors.
I'll be on my way then. That's all I need. Just need to know where Alistair is. But before that, we'll have a look around here. So over here we have, what have we got here? The Royal Enclave, Kaelin's tent, Loghain's tent there with his guard in front of it. Up here, we've got some dudes standing over a Darkspawn. But we'll open this chest first, grab some free arrows.
Smart, but don't listen to those old wives' tales. They can be killed. Stick them with your sword and elf and they go down. Their blood is black as sin. And
I'm sure everything dies if you stick it with a sword enough.
you may as well slit your throat.
What else we got kicking about round here then, eh? A lovely fire. I got some Royal Knights over there. Ash Warriors, but we'll come back to the Ash Warriors later. I'll talk to the Kennel Master.
This isn't good. I hate to waste such a promising member of the breed. Are you the new warden? I could use some help.
How about everyone automatically recognises us as a warden? But what's the problem?
Smart breed and strong. His owner died in the last battle, and the poor hound swallowed Darkspawn blood. I have medicine that might help, but I need him muzzled first.
I'll give it a shot. Let's muzzle him.
Smell you. We'll know right away if he'll respond. Let's hope this works. I'd really hate to have to put him down.
I think it's either responds here or it kills us, to be honest with you. It's very ill. Let's put the muzzle on him. We're not going to kill it. Oh, we like the Mabari too much. I have no idea what was going on with my gloves there.
Now I can treat the dog properly, poor fella. Come to think of it, are you heading into the wilds anytime soon?
Maybe. Or what do you want?
There's a particular herb I could use to improve the dog's chances. It's a flower that grows in the swamps here, if I remember.
I didn't say I was going to the swamps. I said I was going to the wilds.
It's very distinctive, all white with a blood red centre.
Oh, white leaves, red middle. White leaves, red middle. We'll see if we can find one.
In the meantime, I'll begin treating our poor friend.
Some more codex on the Mabari Hound. Then we've got Win over here. But we'll talk to Win later as well. For now, we're going to go talk to Davith.
Well, you're not what I thought you'd be.
Who are you?
The name's Davith. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they'd cooked this ritual up just for our benefit.
What do you know about the ritual?
I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit.
I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds.
Maybe.
It's all too secretive for me. Makes my nose twitch. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like we have a choice.
Yeah, exactly, like we have a choice. Well, I'm looking forward to
You
it.
sound just like the bloody knight. Well, more power to you. Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
Don't need you for Jack, Davith. Why is that putting nice titties in the middle of her belly? Love, your tits are falling off. No bother. Oh, what we got up here? We've got an infirmary. Another scroll.
In the name of Andraste, I bless you today. May you find favor in the Maker's eyes.
And what else have we got? So much else up here? Oh, we've got a chest over there. We'll get this. We'll pop this open. Ting ting. Just a long sword. And Jory.
Greetings. You must be the third recruit.
Who's the other Grey Warden recruit, along with ourselves and Davith. Yeah.
Sir Jory is my name. I hail from Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command of Arl Eamon. I wasn't aware elves could join the Grey Wardens. Those camped in the valley are all human.
See, all these Grey Wardens, and we only meet 2 so far. Well, 1. We haven't found Alistair yet. Yeah, what's that supposed to be, though?
In some places, elves are not always permitted in the military. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to be given that chance?
Yeah. Yeah, sure, I'm looking forward to it.
Hard to get here. Impressing Duncan was not easy. Tell me, has anyone told you what this joining ritual entails?
It's just all... Like Davith said, we're going into the
I'd
wilds.
never heard of such a ritual. I had no idea there were more tests after getting recruited. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan. I shall see you there.
Yeah, see you later, Jory. Right. I've got a prisoner over here. We'll talk to this man.
Huh. Someone finally comes and talks to the lone prisoner. I don't suppose you've come to sentence me.
You haven't been
I
sentenced?
suppose you have a bit of
No, I
kindness in
haven't.
you. All I want is food and water. They haven't fed me since I was locked up and I'm starving.
The food and water on the blood splattered prisoner there. Looks like he's been more than sentenced there with that blood spatter. Why would I want to help you?
You might want something I don't need. Them circle wizards got a chest they keep things in. Magical things. And I stole the key. That's why I'm here. I got one of them drunk, took his key and tried to sneak to the chest. They assumed I was deserting. I can't use it from here. But I'd trade you for some food and water.
Well, we'll see what they can do.
My guard for his.
I'm not even going to ask where he keeps that key.
Put it in his coat.
Hiding it in his prison pocket.
Lucky
I
dog.
thought it was guard now.
Grey Wardens get to ride with the king while I'm left with the drudgery of guarding this deserter. They should have just hanged him. Put his head on a pike as an example.
Oh, bit excessive. Oh, we had a chat with him though.
I expect it was an enlightening conversation.
Very enlightening. Want some food and water?
Did he now? Since nobody sends me nothing to feed him with, the only way we'll get that is if I give him mine.
Wants to be fed and watered. He missed one meal, give it to the hangman.
Why? I guess the poor fella could stand to have one meal in his belly before he hangs.
Again, coercion coming into play there.
I had nothing to do with it though. If
Don't
anyone
have to
asks
buy
why
it
he's
for a bit
I'm
of
gonna
silver.
say it was you, just so you know.
Excuse me, cleared me throat there. Right, let's give him the food and water.
Brought me some food, have you? I'm so hungry I could faint dead away.
So we'll give him the food. We could kill him for the key, but
Andraste herself rain blessings upon you.
let's be nice.
And, as I mentioned, here's the key. Use it in good health, huh?
And we've got the key to the Mage's chest, which is that chest over there, which we can't actually do anything with yet. We just have to leave that alone.
How do you do?
Another chest down here we can rob. Some nice arrows. I didn't even notice I'd leveled up. We'll do 1 strength, 2 dex. We will get... Coercion could be good, but so could improve survival. I like the survival tree because it lets you see enemies on the map ahead of you when you're higher level than them. Pickpocket could also be good. We'll go combat training. And our next level up perk, we get flurry or dual weapon finesse. Bonus attack, defense, and physical resistance. But we're a long way from getting dual weapon adept. This rip post goes into cripple, which is good. But again, we're going to say flurry, because then I can get anything till I hit the mark there for obviously getting momentum.
Elf, where's my armor? And why are you dressed so preposterously?
Preposterous? It's a big word. I'm going to be a great one, dude.
Oh, yes, of course. Please forgive my rudeness. There are so many elves running about, and I've been waiting for. It's simply been so hectic. I never thought. But please, pardon my terrible manners. I am just the quartermaster, a simple man. No one special.
Yeah, you're not special, mate. Perhaps you should talk to your servants more kindly.
Yes, of course, you're very right. Did you come for some supplies, perhaps?
What have you got?
Arms and armor, for the most part. It's for the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can buy what you need for a modest price. I also have some goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course. To keep morale up, you understand.
A dirty man.
Let me know what you'd
Dirty
like.
merchant. We'll have a look at his regular goods first. Don't think there's actually anything here that interests me at all. I mean, we could buy the studded leather helm for the extra armor. I think we're going now. Studded leather gloves, might as well. Let's see what else we got. Studded leather boots. Now the studded leather boots aren't as good as the lion's paw, but I am debating on whether to get it purely because and this isn't as good as. I mean, I lose 2 decks. Losing 2 decks just doesn't seem worth it. I mean, we'll get rid of them. We'll keep what we've got. We'll keep what we've got. What we're really here for is just to buy his whacker potions, injury kits, obviously the stamina drafts, stamina droughts. It's a draft. It's basically a Lyrian potion from Awakening, but for warriors and rogues, so you can increase your stamina. And the Mabari Crunch is a health potion, but for dogs. And what we're going to do there is we're going to buy all the recipes, because eventually we may have somebody that may be able to make use of them.
Hello again. Is there something
I'm
you
going to hit
need?
escape there to get through that so we can see his
So long as you
other
keep it
goods.
quiet.
Let's see if he's got anything here that entertains us. The longsword of High Ever, we'll take that. I do like the longsword of High Ever. Armor wise, I want the shield, the footing, the executioner's helm, the raider's helm. The dark robe I don't want because we do get one of them, and now this is where having poison making becomes fun. So when you get access to the bombs, throwing explosive damage is never anything to sniff at in this game, and come in quite handy. And obviously the bombs, you've got the rock salve, increases your armor and physical resistance, but you do move and attack slower. Nature salve reduces nature damage, warmth bomb reduces fire damage, and we will again buy his plans here. And that's all we want from him. I'll take the arrows as well. We'll take the fire and ice arrows, just in case. So, there's still a lot of people here that we're going to talk to, but we're going to go pick up Alistair first, I think, before we end for the day. And then when we come back, we'll talk to more people, see if we can find out some more information before ploughing on. And that's just junk again. Right. So Alistair, there he is there. So we'll click on him. We'll go have a wee bit conversation with Alistair.
What is it?
Who again looks stunning in his Grey Warden armor.
Asked more than enough of the circle.
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Good old Alistair.
Does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The grumpy one.
we do like Alistair.
Speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
Alistair's not a fan of mages.
One good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
Yes, you are a very strange
You're
human.
not the first to tell me that. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage.
Don't worry, I'm no major.
Less being yelled at for me then. Though the day is still young. Wait, I do know who you are. You're Duncan's new recruit, the Dalish.
Right, word spreads fast around this camp.
Right away, I apologize.
And you must be Alistair.
Duncan mentioned me. Nothing bad, I hope. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining.
Well, pleased to meet you. I'm Daddy Gladdy.
That was the name. So I'm curious. Have you ever actually encountered Darkspawn before?
Why, yes. Yes, I
I've
have.
only fought them once up close. And that was before the battles here started, which Duncan has kept me out of so far. Tell me, did you find them as monstrous as I did?
I wasn't afraid to die like any other creature.
You'll be at an advantage then.
Train them well enough, I'm sure we could even have them as a
Never
pet.
even seen Darkspawn. Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started.
That
But the
argument.
mage, the circle is here at the king's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit.
Oh, some new
They just
terms.
love letting mages know how
So the circle is refers to the circle towers anywhere. Anybody that's a mage goes to. Anyone that has any magical ability, and the Chantry is right, it's the equivalent of the church. It is the holy place. So you were a mage hunter, Alistair.
That's all Templars do, but yes, the Chantry raised me until Duncan recruited me 6 months ago. I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have.
Oh, you loved it though, Alistair.
Says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently,
You loved winding the mage up, you silly, silly goose. But I look forward to travelling with you.
Huh, that's a switch. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
Absolutely no questions whatsoever, Alistair, but we are going to open this chest before we do your stats, my friend. And here we get a flame rune and a slow rune. I don't even think we've got anything that can have runes equipped on them yet. No, we do. I just don't think I have any way of equipping them yet. So Alistair comes obviously with his helmet off for some reason, and he can't even equip it because he does not meet the strength requirements. Alright, so he comes with a specialisation, unfortunately. That's it, they come with a specialisation about the stats. So obviously he's a Templar. We have lots of specialisations we can give him. But as a Templar, he is our main way of dealing damage to mages. Now obviously, as a warrior, he needs strength. Dexterity is good. I mean, if you hover over it, it does tell you. It's your agility and your reflexes, so obviously we'll give him a little bit of that for dodging. And then willpower is your mental fortitude. Gives him stamina, which we have absolutely no use for whatsoever. I put very little into constitution, I'm going to be completely honest. We'll do that for now until we go have a look. We'll give him his combat training. And then we've got 6 points to spend. So he's got his Templar line, which is obviously dealing with magic. Your warrior line for your taunts. Two-handed, which Alistair is not. Alistair is most definitely sword and shield. But as you will notice, his techniques require dexterity as well as strength. So you need to try and keep the balance between the two. But to start off with, we will grab him powerful and threaten, precise striking and taunt, and then we will give him probably shield block to stop him from being flanked. So then when we go to the tactics for Alistair, I do like to set him as a Templar, defender, so he just activates threaten and taunt. And what we're also going to give him is if his health drops below 50%, to use a lesser health potion. Now, threaten is a permanent uptime ability, but I do only have taunt set if he is surrounded by at least 2 enemies, and that will allow him to drag the enemies away. As you can see, taunt is a sustainability. So if we click on Alistair here, which we can do, he will have taunt up permanently to pull the enemies towards him, and that does hold him on a little bit of his stamina. As you can see, he's got 20 stamina reserved, which is for taunt because it's a 20 upkeep. So out of his 160 stamina, he has a max of 140 to use, but being he's a warrior, he's not going to use much stamina. But I think that's where we're going to wrap for the day, and we will get it nicely saved up here in Ostagar, and hopefully you will join me for the next episode, and I will catch you all later. Daddy Gladdy signing out.